Hello and welcome to Weekly Weird News, brought to you by Kurt the Bull and the Post-Truth Apocalypse. I'm Ben, as always I'm hanging out with Mike.
Hello.
Claire.
Hey.
And Pete.
Hello.
And this is our weekly episode where we delve into the world of internet weirdness, or certainly the things that are presented to us on the internet in our own peculiar little algorithms that we all have, and we bring them to you to be easily digested in a one after the other format. It's called Weird News, let's do it. There we go. This one speaks to me on so many levels.
I'm sure it does.
Perverted church leader caught wearing stockings while thrusting Henry Hoover. For anyone that's not familiar with the Henry Hoover, you can go and Google that. He's a cheerful little red Hoover with a happy smiley face and a black head.
I'm sure he had a very frowny face after this incident.
I'd imagine he was not happy.
No.
Think Thomas the Tank, but a vacuum cleaner. There you go.
Why is it always Henry's the fucking no?
They could have got a Hetty. It's a female one. They do a female one called Hetty.
But not even that. But why does it have to have? Is it because it's got the eyes and the mouth? It makes it feel a little bit more animal-like or something.
I have no idea.
I don't think people want to put their cock in a Dyson.
But he'd rip it off in a Dyson. Henry's quite old-fashioned. They've got bags still, haven't they?
Yeah.
Certainly wouldn't put it in a
Anyway,
shark.
enough of the logistics. A church leader who described himself as being naughty has been fined and placed on the sex offenders register for getting down and dirty with a Henry Hoover. What? John Jeff, 74, was naked apart from a pair of ladies' stockings when he was caught thrusting into the vacuum cleaner's nozzle. Jeffs of Middleton Cheney, Northampton, was found guilty of indecent exposure after a trial at Northampton Magistrates Court, which ended yesterday.
Hold on, right. This poor guy was just getting it on in his own little time, though. And somebody's walked in on him, and he's getting done for indecent exposure, and he's on the sex offenders list.
He was in his office at the Baptist Centre in Middleton Cheney.
Someone still walked in though.
Well, it's his office at the church. He shouldn't be banging a Henry Hoover or cross-dressing in his offices at the church.
But I do think
it's the fucking church. He's a pastor.
But I do think getting put on the sex offenders list is a little bit harsh.
It is.
Do you know what I mean?
He's doing it in a public place. I mean, who's to say you could have walked in? There's always kids about in the church.
Well,
obviously perverts like him like to keep him around.
They didn't walk in. They just walked past, so they must have had a window or the door open or something.
It's weird. But I just think it is a little bit of a hard...
Yeah.
Makes him sound like he's raped somebody or...
It is a bit harsh, I agree with you there.
A witness walked past his office and said they saw Jeff's almost completely naked except for a pair of stockings, standing between two dark chairs, thrusting into a Henry Hoover. He has a clean record. He was given an 18-month community order and ordered to sign the sex offenders register, plus ordered to pay £845 in court costs and £200 in compensation to the victim who witnessed the sex act.
See, fair enough, right? The
Who
charge.
saw it? No, that's the thing. Was it a kid who saw it? Was it a grown-up who saw it? If he walked past his office, well, it's either a door or a window.
Did it say 12-year-old schoolgirl? Go up.
I don't think it did.
Up again.
Just said a witness.
There, stop.
That's different.
Right, sorry. One of those adverts to a new article.
The defence solicitor said that Jess was still coming to terms with the loss of his wife at a young age and was in a lot of pain because he was ignoring his health and his diabetes was not medicated. The magistrate said, "Why you thought it best to bring this matter to trial, I have no idea."
That's what he could have settled elsewhere.
Who fucking knows?
I think he's on about the matter of
He's
in a lot of pain.
Yeah.
His wife at a young age.
My wife died. I'm in a lot of pain, so I had to fuck a Henry
And
Hoover.
she's saying it's not relevant to why he was fucking
Which
a Hoover.
is kind of fair enough.
I think.
Yeah, I'd go with that.
That's what I'm reading from that.
It's on to you, Mike.
Cinema chain offers free entry to redheads so they can hide from the heat wave.
Oh.
Is this genuine then?
It's on joe.co.uk.
Although I'm not a redhead, I'm strawberry blonde.
I did see this earlier on.
Gingerbread.
Autumn sunrise.
Yeah, you ginge. He's a guar.
Calm it down, you soulless bastard.
Guar is ginger with attitude.
My beard, I admit, is very red, but it's brown hair, to be fair.
I don't know, Ben, you've got a bit of a gingery beard.
It's blonde, mate.
Strawberry blonde.
Blonde.
Strawberry blonde.
Full on blonde.
No.
Yeah.
There's definitely a bit of strawberry in there.
Full on blonde.
Or is that dyed with...
There's no ginger in my beard.
I've got a ginger beard, so I can't say shit. Bits of ginger, anyway.
Redheads are not built for the heat. They never have been and never will be. In fact, redheads are genetically engineered to need less sunlight in order to get the required amount of vitamin D.
Vampires.
But on Monday and Tuesday next week, temperatures are set to reach the high 30s, possibly 40, I've heard, in the UK. The heat is predicted to be so extreme that the Met Office has had to issue its first ever red weather warning for heat on these days, meaning that the weather presents a risk to life.
Mr. Redhead.
Apparently, I looked at the BBC weather just before I came out tonight, and it said on Monday it's going to be 39 degrees Celsius in Telford.
I'll double check that now. I'll use the Apple one, which is usually...
And it said
Very
36 on Tuesday with storms towards the evening. And it's going to be
37 Monday, 36 Tuesday, Wednesday 80% chances. It drops to 20 on Wednesday, so there's going to be a storm, basically. Yeah, 37, 36, fuck me. You know, tomorrow morning, right, when I take the dog out, 9 o'clock, it's going to be 21 degrees.
Cool.
Yeah, it's going to be like 31, 32 tomorrow.
Then you go
isn't
and
it?
go and get a ginger wig and go to the cinema.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Is that all I'm going to do?
Thank God you're not in Spain. In Spain, it's been like 33 at midnight.
That's it.
Oof.
Yeah.
Changes all the time, this does, because it does say now 36 on Monday, whereas only a few hours ago it said 39.
Yeah, it always changes. But
Anyway,
still,
showcase of offer to let redheads in completely free of charge.
Fair play.
There's one of them in Telford, that's the problem. I don't even know whether there is a showcase cinema.
Sit the Shrewsbury.
Shrewsbury, isn't it?
Alright.
Where you could bump into Ed Sheeran.
Yeah.
Or him out of Harry Potter.
No one wants to bump into a ginger.
Piss-stained ginger bastards.
Souls.
Joke. That's a reference to an old British sitcom.
They've got no souls, we all know it.
Can I remember that?
No.
Game on.
Oh yeah, game on, shit.
Yeah.
This ginger bastard.
What's worse than a ginger? Ginger students. That's game on, isn't it?
Yeah.
He falls in love with a ginger student, doesn't
It was so funny. It was so
he? It was
funny.
great, wasn't it?
Samantha
Janus.
Janus, hot as anything.
When she was young and had another work done, which made her look worse.
She was really hot, man. Oof.
Anyway, so yeah, if you are a ginger and there's a showcase cinema in your town and you're in the UK, then you can go in there for free and watch.
Take advantage.
You can watch Top Gun 2, you can watch Thor, Love and Thunder. Do you know what else is out right now? I know them two are out.
Do that now. They're just real old stuff, aren't they?
No, apparently not. They said you can go and watch the latest films.
That's
Oh,
sweet,
nice.
isn't it? I might dye my hair ginger.
I know, but then you can...
Do you have to show him your pubes, do you reckon? You don't look like a real ginger! Show me your pubes! So I'll have to go all full out. I'll have to dye my pubes as well.
Yeah.
I'm doing it. I'm going to dye them tomorrow.
Shave your pubes off.
Collars and cuffs.
No, itchy as fook.
Oh, I like a shave. I like to be shaved. Especially in this heat.
His face. Oh.
Especially in this heat. Oh, so much better.
Problem is, I'm just picturing it. That's the
His
problem.
face is
Because when somebody says something, you can't help but see the image in your head. If you don't believe me, try not to see this.
Oh, don't do it.
Crocodile.
Okay.
But try not to see it. Elephant.
Yeah.
You saw it. As soon as you hear that word, you see it. You see a flash of that image in your head.
Ben shaving his junk.
Ah! You did it again, you bastard.
I don't see a problem.
Moving on.
I'm flexing in the mirror.
Oh dear.
Pub closed because of swearing reopened with a ban on people with potty mouths.
Genuinely, this is a chain of pubs that doesn't allow swearing.
Well, don't open in England then. Or Scotland or Wales. Certainly not Ireland.
Well, this gives us a bit of background into the chain. So
A pub that lay empty for nearly 3 years after a customer used the F word has finally reopened.
What the fuck?
What? So someone said fucking there. I was like, right then, that's it, we're shutting the doors.
3 years.
With strict rules stopping people from swearing. The Fox and Goose Samuel Smith pub in Droitwich, Worcestershire, was shut down due to potty mouths of its clientele in October 2019. Got nothing to do with lockdown and all that then.
the lockdown factored in, but
Yeah, so Samuel Smith's pubs, of which there was around 200 in the UK, mostly in the north, are known for strict rules introduced in 2019 to create a traditional, uncompromising Victorian aesthetic and ensure the pubs of social conversation, person to person.
now I kind of like that.
But the problem is, the British language now
It's just fuck.
has become swear words included.
Yeah, I fucking swear way too
Even
much.
when you watch TV now, though, you can watch TV throughout the day and you'll hear the odd shit and things like that. So, you know what I mean? And they like to say bastard a lot and bitch a lot before Watershed. So these words that 50 years ago they wouldn't be said on telly. Now, it's part of everyday culture language.
Oh yes,
So
it's true.
it's becoming a lot harder to do this kind of thing.
Well, and they're moving with the times with phones, tablets, laptops, and they're all banned. And if you want to make a call, you've got to go outside.
I kind of like that.
Yeah, I think that's good because there's, nothing worse than sitting in the pub and everyone's just looking down at their phones.
Yeah, yeah.
And, the art of conversation really has time.
Yeah.
And you see that a lot with the millennials, these young 20, 21-year-olds that are just starting to go out. They do that.
Yeah.
They sit there on the phone, looking at the phone.
I know, but to close the pub because someone said fuck.
That's ridiculous, isn't it?
No,
In this day and age. Up fucking north as well.
Yeah.
there's a brand new pub. We were in 7 weeks overnight. You shut it down overnight after hearing the offensive word.
What?
I used to know a guy called Samuel Smith.
Ridiculous.
And he was like a proper church-loving kind of going guy. I wonder whether this is him. Because it sounds like the kind of thing he'd do. He didn't even have a TV.
No allowed TVs in the pubs.
No, they say no TVs, no music. It's all about the
Is that
art
a picture of
conversation.
Samuel Smith, do you think?
No, that's the new landlords of the pub. Anna Hale Askew, 22, and Alex Savage, 68. Anyone caught swearing will be asked to leave.
Wow.
He's doing alright for himself, isn't he?
If that's his partner.
Well, they look like they're holding hands,
Yeah.
or like very close. Well, not holding hands actually, but they're certainly.
She's jerking him off.
Yeah, she's mashing it.
I give them 2 months.
Ridiculous either way.
Fucking ridiculous.
Yes.
Alright, next one. COVID leaked from an American lab, claims top US professor Jeffrey Sachs.
Oh my fucking god.
What a surprise.
Never saw that coming.
No.
COVID leaked out of a laboratory in America rather than China and has been sensationally claimed. Famous US economist Jeffrey Sachs, on a 2-year probe into the pandemic's origins, said he was pretty convinced, that's a quote, that the virus was the result of, quote, US lab biotechnology. The claim, made at a global conference last month, has been seized upon by Chinese government officials who said it warranted a thorough investigation. Quote from there. Professor Sachs, who was twice named as one of Time's 100 most influential people in the world, admitted, "We don't know for sure. It's come from America, but we're not sure." That's nothing.
Well, it was coming from Wuhan before, but they weren't sure then, and nothing else has come out of there. And
He says there's enough evidence that it should be looked into and it's not been investigated. Not in the US, not anywhere.
Yeah, I think for real reasons the US officials don't want to look under the rug too much. Critics have previously described Professor Sachs as a President Xi propagandist, dismissing China's genocide of Uyghurs and publicly claiming for US cooperation.
Calling.
COVID was manufactured in an American, not Chinese laboratory, according to celebrity economist Jeffrey Sachs.
well, they want to blame it on like China.
Although he did China.
China. That's the one, sorry.
It isn't. I can't say China now. Even Trump say it.
Yeah.
China.
Do you know about Trump's wife?
His ex-wife.
Well, what's she doing?
His ex-wife.
Ivana Trump.
Trump.
Ivana Trump died.
Yeah, 77 she was. Yeah,
Fell down some stairs. Or
she was
something.
his first wife.
That's right, yeah. But yeah, she died day before yesterday, or yesterday. Yeah. God rest her socks.
Well, she made a lot of money out of him.
She lived a good 70 odd years, I guess, didn't she?
She did, if it wasn't for the stairs. She got a lift. China has obviously faced its own accusations of covering up the origins of COVID, and I have heard a very interesting journalist on the Howard Hughes Unexplained podcast talk about that, where she interviewed lots of doctors in China and people in the know who said China was ordering COVID testing kits 2 weeks before they declared an emergency.
Right, okay.
So they got out, they knew it, and they covered it up, and they lied to the World Health Organization, who for some reason took the Chinese at their word.
Scientists have been found to have wiped crucial databases and stifled investigations into a lab.
But at the same time, I can fully believe that it was a US money-run lab in China that let it out.
Yeah.
And they were testing gain-of-function.
Gain-of-function diseases where it only affects people with certain conditions, which is what kind of COVID's done, hasn't it? It attacks the lungs, you've got weak lungs, you're more likely to die from it.
They were trying to make it more virulent.
That's it.
Yeah.
And now it allegedly is, but though is it? I don't know. That's the thing. Lots of people catching it in the UK again.
Yeah.
We had to close down one of the units at work because of their lack of staff because of COVID. Still haven't caught it myself.
I mean, this Sachs guy is the chairman of the Lancet COVID-19 Commission, set up at the start of the pandemic to assist governments and scrutinise responses. So he oversaw a 12-man task force investigating COVID's origins. So he kind of knows what he's on about a bit, doesn't he?
Yeah. He reckons it's done with experiments between Chinese and American scientists, which I can fully believe. It's an interesting one. We were due a pandemic, weren't we? We haven't had one for ages.
Yeah.
I don't think we were due, but we don't do anything.
We're due an asteroid to it, probability-wise, we are.
Probability, yeah.
You know.
Yeah, but we can see that shit coming.
Oh, no, we don't look at that much of the sky.
The regular pandemic once every 100 years.
Yeah, and the last one was
about
Spanish
1917 or whatever.
Yeah.
1918 to 1920 something.
Yeah.
So we're due one. It happens. So was it that, or did it get out? And
I think it got out.
I think it got out. I think
maybe they wanted. They made sure it happened.
Yeah.
They made sure it happened.
I don't know about that, but definitely, I think it came from a lab.
Boosted China's flagging economy.
That's what I mean. They made sure it happened once every 100 years.
It boosted China's economy. Look who was making all the PPE.
Exactly.
The world needed PPE. Look who's got a massive industrial base. They can do
possible.
it cheap.
Who knows?
Chinese economy
Nobody's
jumped.
having the jabs. Nobody's being called for the jabs. There's no extra jabs. It's laughable.
All those corporations are making all those big pharma guys making money out of the vaccines. How many corporations got making in the UK? There's AstraZeneca, Pfizer.
Yeah. I believe it's just to funnel money elsewhere, isn't it?
What do you mean by that?
Well, just to funnel money elsewhere, taxpayer money for the PPE, for the COVID testing.
Yeah, a lot of people made a lot of money, didn't they?
Goes back to the shock doctrine again. As soon as there's a crisis, the governments and the corporations try and get away with as much as they can.
Yeah.
Taking out the taxpayer purse because it's free money, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's no one's, it's the country's money. The country can absorb it and just raise taxes.
No, they can cripple the NHS, buy it off for cheaper.
Yeah.
Privatise it, yeah. Should we move on?
Yeah, we depressed Pete enough tonight.
Yeah.
Well, this might cheer you up.
Yay!
Bees love cannabis and might benefit from it as well.
I love bees and I love cannabis. What more is there to like about this one?
A study by researchers from Cornell University states that tall hemp plants are preferred by bee flocks and can greatly help with their population problems.
Wow.
So let's just start growing loads of hemp.
So they want us to let our gardens grow wild to allow bees to get bigger in population again. So they should now legalise weed so we can just start growing it in our garden.
Yep.
No, we should be using hemp for all different things.
Yeah.
Paper.
Yeah, but that's one good reason.
Insulation built. I mean, a lot of houses in America are timber built. There's been a thing recently where timber has been stockpiled by the big corporations, big wood.
Yeah.
We can't get certain pallets at work now, weirdly.
Can't you?
No, because I think of
The redwood ones.
no, the white Euros they're called, the European size
Made from
pallets. I don't know, but Either way, they're white in colour, so they're called white euros, and we're struggling to get them. The price of them has gone from £6.50 to £11 per pallet.
They're solid wood pallets, aren't they?
They are, but they're all made from lumber, and the big lumber are stockpiling the wood.
Not releasing it.
Because they're not letting them cut down as many trees, or they're trying not to get cut down as many trees, so they've cut down all they can and stockpiling it, letting the price go up. It's mental.
This is not the only study in the area either, as a previous study by the Colorado State University also reached similar conclusions. According to both studies, bees are not only highly attracted to cannabis, but the plant is also good for them because of its plentiful stores of pollen. This is great news as it supports the struggling population problems of most beehives. So, brilliant. More
In
hemp.
this weather we're having, do you reckon you can grow a cannabis plant outside?
You could throughout the summer months quite happily.
Yeah.
Quite happily.
It's
You just
someone-
have to plant them in May. Innit? Plant them towards the end
That's
of
not the
May.
problem though, is it? It's someone dobbing
By
you in.
the end of August, sorted.
Well, guerrilla growers, they go and put auto flowers out in spaces where people aren't going very often, and that's how you get away with it.
I love that phrase, guerrilla growers.
Yeah. If you go for a normal flowering plant, it would flower sort of August time, and then you've got the September and October sort of rainy season, and then that can make it all mouldy anyway. So going for auto flowers, planting them very early spring, they'll be done, you know, as long as they require quite a bit of water, especially when they're flowering. So there we go.
Expert.
Yep.
And bees love it,
Yep.
which is good.
I can only see benefits.
Well, bees are one of the most important creatures in the world, aren't they? If bees die, all dies.
A lot of plant life dies, isn't it? 'Cause
All.
don't pollinate.
We can't grow
if we
crops.
lose bees, everything goes.
Yeah.
Everything.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to keep the bees alive to keep the world alive.
You have to pollinate by hand. You have to everyone will have to go out with sticks, pollinate the plants.
It wouldn't happen.
No,
It wouldn't happen.
it wouldn't be the same.
I heard the other day
Ridiculous.
that if you keep a beehive, you've got to have beehive insurance
No way.
in case it swarms and then, like, you know, goes in somebody's loft or you know,
That's the easiest to
damages
work
any
at. Sorry.
building works or stuff like that, or clings onto somewhere it needs removal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess so, yeah.
But it's pretty cheap, to be fair, though.
Do you think?
The last place I worked had beehives, because there was a big wildflower field next to it, which had basically, it's only a wildflower field up to the environmental consensus because no one had bought the land. They thought, oh yeah, we'll get some bees and we'll sell the honey. The honey tasted fucking awful because you had lorries just swanning past this field constantly. It's like, look, aren't those bees just going to get twatted by the fucking lorries and cars going past their hives constantly? They literally put it on the corner of the road.
Stupid ass.
So it's like, well, they're all buzzing around, and
Back of a
HGV
field.
comes past and just twats them.
Put them in the back of a field, like the furthest edge. Wherever you see beehives like that, they're always like in the bottom corner of a field, away
Yeah.
from everything.
I'm surprised they're not pushing, like, you know, people to have bee colonies.
My friend at work's getting some bees this weekend.
It's an expensive game, to be fair.
It is. It is.
Can be. Unless you can get free bees, which he is, he's a lucky little bugger. He's got a whole colony of free bees coming to him.
Nice.
If you just sort of stuck the hive thing down out and, you know, would wild bees go in there eventually or what?
Could do, potentially. It's coaxing a queen into the... When that queen is flying around at that particular time of year, it's like a couple of days throughout the year where the queen will be flying around to find a perfect place. So if you get your... I'm sure you can buy some kind of pheromone or something
Oh,
to
more than
attract
likely.
them. If you can get that queen bee in there at the right time, bosh, you're laughing.
Oh, you can buy them, can't you?
You can, but you're talking about £250
Yeah.
How many bees you get for £250?
a queen.
A queen,
Oh, queen.
and she'll start
And then
laying
she'll lay the eggs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
250 bees and £250. Quid
Well,
a bee.
she'd just put out a pheromone, and any like random bees might go, oh, okay, there's a queen, I'll go and live with her. So you might get a few random bees anyway, just because she's there.
I just had visions of there being like 250 bees and 250 quid, and they're all in like a big sort of machine, like you get at the coast trip, a quid in a 20p, you turn it, you get an egg, But you just get 250 bees dished out to you. into some kind of collecting cup. He's,
Well, that's about 250. There you go.
Turn that thing and they always drop down the bottom for a specified amount of time.
I think when you buy the queen, they do provide
You might
a
get.
few workers with her. You know,
You might get something like that. Yeah.
because
picking
people that breed them, because an old queen that's going out lays a few more queens, and then what happens is just as they come out, they fight each other. But if as the breeder, you just take those, split them queens, and that's the ones you sell.
Yeah.
It's mad. It is. I was
Crazy,
talking to my lad at work about it last week, and it is mad. He's getting them for free because it's a colony that's been captured, like one that's just flying around. It's landed on someone's tree or something. The bee society people, whatever, the
Bee police.
the kind of it's like the BRSPCA kind of thing. They go and net them, and they either find someone to have them, or they'll just find somewhere to put them, basically.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
And going back to this, if you're concerned that the bees are going to be stoned from the THC,
Don't worry, they love it.
No, they don't go for the female. They go for the male plants, apparently. And they've got no cannabinoid receptors.
Yeah, so it doesn't matter anyway.
And hemp doesn't have
But
THC in it anyway. It is talking about hemp, isn't
No,
it?
Yeah,
pollen.
it's from the cannabis they're growing in America because it's legal.
Yeah.
The bees are coming to the plants.
pollen.
They're mainly going to the male where the THC isn't, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, there is still traces,
But they
not-
don't have cannabinoid receptors anyway, so they can't get stoned.
But I wonder whether there would be a slight content within its honey.
Says no.
Computer says no.
Man, I just want
Computer says no.
Who dissected a
Apparently
bee?
not.
How did they manage to figure out a bee's got no cannabinoid receptors?
Because someone had a smoke with one and he's like, this shit ain't touching me.
I hope they weren't doing some kind of microbiopsy. They're like, they just blew a load of cannabis smoke into a bee in a plastic cage.
They'd be watching them, can you do this maze from one end to the other?
Bees don't do mazes.
Smoke it out with a bit of cannabis and then go, now can you do it?
Yeah.
Oh, fucking lost!
Bees can't
Show me where the
Bees
munchies
can't get
are.
out the fucking house if you leave a window open for them. They're going to do a maze, are they? Yeah, especially if they're high, they're definitely going to do one.
Well, that's what
They
they're
make
thinking.
them make a honeycomb. That's what it is. And it'll either come out in nice little perfect little octagons or whatever they are, whatever the shape is they kind of create naturally. And if they're stoned, they come out like little
Just
fucking
deformed.
funky little blobs.
Spiders do that. If they're stoned, they make that. If you give a spider drugs, they make their web in different ways. Like the one who smokes weed, his web's really lazy and slack. The one who's on cocaine is really focused and tight. The one on heroin just
He's found in a corner and it's just curled up.
He's robbed a store.
Oh shit. Sweet.
That's one then.
Finally.
So, employee accidentally paid 286 times his salary, resigns and vanishes without a trace.
So would I. So would I. Wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Okay, so a Chilean man who was accidentally paid 286 times his salary last month resigned from the job after promising to return the money paid in excess.
Yeah.
So someone in Human Resources Department of Chile's largest producer of cold cuts,
Consorcio Industrial de Alimentos.
Yep, I said that
Nice.
without my lips moving. That was brilliant. Must be sweating profusely by now. By accident, they paid an employee 165,398,851 Chilean pesos, equivalent to $180,000 last month. So for a month's wage.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So instead of the 500,000 pesos, $542,
Fuck me.
he got best part of $500,000.
That's like less than 250 quid, isn't it? As well.
So you think if you go comparatively, that's a lot of fucking money to him.
Oh, fuck
A
yeah.
lot. It's like us getting a million.
He's living the rest of his life on that, isn't he?
It's like us getting a million, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, yeah. Now that the person apparently doesn't want to give the money back, they have resigned from the position and vanished without a trace.
Well, at At least they had the courtesy to resign
Yeah.
first, because I'd have just left.
Leaving the
Where's Ben
company.
today? No, I don't know. Hey, you were the better, like, fucking
Leaving
500,000 quid paid into his account last week. No one's seen him since.
Well, he's left the company with no option as to like seek a lawyer to try and find him, basically. So on the 30th of May, the office of Cial approached by a deputy manager to report an error in the monthly payment. After checking their account, the person noticed they had been paid millions of pesos in excess. They wanted to clarify the issue. So after checking their records, the management confirmed that the person in question had indeed been paid 286 times more than monthly salary, and informed them that they needed to return the money now, basically.
Yeah.
The worker allegedly agreed to go to their bank early in the morning the next day and refund their employer, only they ended up doing something very different. After their financial department noticed that the bank had not been notified about the refund payment, they tried contacting the worker again, only the messages were left unanswered. A while later, the worker got in touch, claiming that he had overslept and would visit the bank shortly, only he never did that. On the 2nd of June, they simply handed in their resignation through a law firm. So he'd like gone, right, I'll draw out a couple of grand here now, I'm going to pay this lawyer, can you resign for me? Sweet. The worker reportedly has now disappeared, leaving the company with no choice but to take legal action about what is considered a crime of misappropriation and hope that it can recover at least some of the £180,000
Ain't getting that back.
paid accidentally.
That's been spent on fucking everything.
Cocaine and a little
Those
hut.
Because you know, right, that they're never. If you just like do one, they'll find you eventually.
Buy a boat, innit?
Right? So just spend it as fast as you can
Enjoy it as much as
and
you
enjoy
can.
it as much as possible. Renting out the
And then
penthouse
plead
suites
ignorance.
in hotels, doing the drugs, having the women or the men or whatever you're into, and just living the best life you can for as long as that money
You
runs
could
out
just
and
plead
really track you
ignorance,
down.
couldn't you?
No, I use it to try and
Build a life.
a new life
Yeah,
somewhere
yeah.
else.
Yeah.
That's it. They're never going to find me again. Change my name, get fake
I'll
passports,
pop
whatever.
off to Barbados or
Yeah.
something like that and just be like, right, can I buy that little cabin? 80 grand, you say? Yeah, you are.
Yeah. Take
And
it
set
all the
myself
money.
up a little business on the island so I
cash,
can
it
make a
can't be
little bit
traced.
of, make a little bit of
You
money.
feel so much cash on your person between countries and stuff.
You can, they'll search you for that shit.
Yeah, you strap it to your body, you'll find a way.
Big notes.
So now you've
Now
become
you
like
pass that you down,
so now,
don't
now you're a smuggler as well as a.
you're taking money out of the country. Then.
You still have
You
money
should
belt,
cheer-
don't you? Or you just strap it to you tape it to yourself.
Chile's not
whatever.
exactly the richest country in the world,
Nah,
is
I
it?
don't-
Nah,
don't-
you'd have to buy. I'd buy your own boat and then.
There you go, do
sail
that.
away.
Whatever.
They're still taking out the 180,000.
You ain't seen him again anyway. Good luck to him.
Then,
Yeah, best of luck, because I do the
I
same.
sang that in my head as soon as you said it.
Is it?
Yeah, and then you started singing it as well.
Well, I think that's how we can end the show.
Yep.
I've been Ben. Thanks for listening. You can follow us on Facebook at Cutting to the Ball in the Post-Truth Apocalypse, SoundCloud, and on other podcasting platforms at Cutting to the Ball in the PTA, and YouTube Apocalypse Ball. And I'm going to say, if you're under the clergy, stop putting your dicks in things.
Yeah.
I've been Mike. Thanks for listening. Peace out. May the force be with you.
And I've been Claire. Sail away, sail away, sail away. So, and your moments.
And I've been Pete. Yeah, if your boss overpays you, do the honest thing. Get completely out of there. Make sure no one can find you.
Absolutely, I'd take that money in.
Peace.